It took me about a day to process this movie. Parasite is a new movie from director Bong Joon-Ho and stars Kang Ho-sung and Yao Zhang-jo. This movie tells the story of the Kim family who finesse their way into the lives of the wealthy Park family. This movie completely flew under the radar for me. I didn't really hear about it until recently, and everybody I heard talk about it was saying don't watch any trailers, just go into this completely blind. And that's what I did. I didn't watch any commercials, any trailers, nothing. I barely saw the poster. I just wanted to go into this completely blind. And this was a crazy movie. Now, Bong Joon-Ho is a director that I didn't realize I liked as much as I did because he also directed Snowpiercer and Okja, two movies I really liked. Both were on Netflix. And this movie I feel like has the same energy. It's just as dark, just as crazy. And it really just catches you by surprise. So I really don't want to say too much about the plot details and stuff. I just want to talk about the general things that I liked about this movie. And I really encourage you to go see this in theaters if you can. I know it's very hard to find in certain cities. I'm hoping that somehow they bring this to streaming so more people can see it because this is definitely a special movie. So what worked? First and foremost, the look of this movie. This is beautiful to watch. Like the scenery that they have, because a lot of it takes place in this really nice mansion-y, like very modern looking house, like really big and beautiful, but also just the cinematography, beautiful colors, beautiful framing, really smooth transitions. Like from a technical perspective, this was a really well done movie. Another thing I think this movie does really well is balancing different genres. Without giving away too much again, I think this movie was so interesting in that it kind of switched up. I kind of think of it as like Bohemian Rhapsody, not the movie, but the song where as the song's going on, it changes like a few different times, and so you really just don't know what to expect, right? This movie was, I think, able to balance comedy, drama, suspense. So this movie just takes a lot of crazy turns and it leaves you on the edge of your seat. And it's also funny. Now, I didn't laugh at everything, but I do think there's a nice dark humor to it, so if that's your thing, you will definitely enjoy it. This movie has a great message about social class and how we look at the different levels of status. And I think this is something that Bong Joon-Ho has covered in a lot of his movies, at least the ones that I've seen, which would be Snowpiercer and Okja. Both these kind of pointed at the juxtaposition between the rich and the poor, how both sides are treated. And I think this movie does it the best, where you really see the comparison between the two families, the rich family and the poor family. And you see how the poor family is struggling while the rich family is just going about their lives as if nothing's wrong. And I think that's really great, but it also is very exaggerated in a way. I'm not gonna tell you how, but it does go in a really crazy direction that really pushes it even further. So it really just nails this message home, and I think he did that so well. The characters in this movie were also amazing. Performances across the board were top-notch. These characters, I think, made sense. They played their roles so well. They offered a lot of character development. They helped really push the narrative about the whole rich and poor thing. Like, they brought what this movie needed. And they were very wacky, but just the right amount that it's not over the top. Like, they knew where to really go crazy and they knew where to like tone it down. I think that was really smart of their performance. What could have been better? I think the only thing for me that would have really put this movie over the top would be to kind of solidify the ending. There's probably like 2 or 3 endings towards the third act of this movie, and I think maybe if they kind of settled on one, it would have been really nice and definitive, because stuff does go 0 to 100, but there are like 3 different moments where I thought that it was gonna cut and that was it, but then the movie kept going. So I feel like that could have been a little more clear, but overall I think this movie was still pretty dope. The verdict. I think Parasite does live up to the hype, and if you are a fan of film, if you are a fan of international films, you should definitely check this one out. Great characters, really crazy story, beautiful cinematography. I think this movie has it all, and I really look forward to see what more Bong Joon-Ho does in cinema. So I would say that Parasite is solid. This was definitely one of the craziest movies of the year, right along with Joker and Midsommar, so definitely check this one out if you get the chance. Have you seen Parasite? What did you think? Let me know down in the comments. Also, don't forget to like this video, share it, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one.